Hello everyone, it's Alana. Thanks for coming to hang out with me, and if you are new here, welcome, welcome. In this video, I am going to be talking to you guys about choosing the perfect happy planner for you and ways to use a happy planner when you don't necessarily have plans. I'm really stoked about this video, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, you guys, I am really stoked for this video. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and maybe you will find some new ideas here, which I'm really excited about. But to start, I want to quickly go over the different happy planner sizes with you guys. Some of you may already know this, but some of you may not yet be aware. So I definitely want to share and make sure that when searching for a planner, especially when we're heading into a new year, that you are able to find the size and the style that fits your specific needs. So a lot of people say to me, I really want to use a happy planner, but I don't have plans. Or I really want to use a happy planner, but I have so few plans that there's just no way I can fill up a classic or big happy planner. So the beautiful thing about the happy planner is they come in different sizes. So right on top here, I have a skinny mini. This is a really tiny layout, and I use this for my on-the-go planner when I was on the go. So this is something that's really great for just quick notes, things to jot down if you only have a few appointments here and there, or checklists or grocery lists, things like that. And this can fit perfectly just in your purse, in your car console, multiple places, and it's really great to just grab and have on the go. The layout is really petite and you just have these small little boxes. There's still space to decorate if you really want to use those stickers, and just little spots to write down notes or to-dos and checklists. So this is really great if you don't need a big full-size planner. They also have the mini planner. This one comes in lots of different styles and layouts, but it is smaller. There is not a whole ton of space that you have to decorate. This one in particular is the color block layout, but really great for notes and lists and appointments and things like that with not having to worry about filling up a ton of space. Love the mini, and they're so cute. This one can still fit in your bag as well. Then we've got the skinny classic. So this one is going to be as tall as the classic, but not as wide. This one, a lot of people love the skinny classic. So there's still plenty of space to write appointments and things like that. Lots of space to sticker it up, but you don't necessarily have huge blocks and things to fill in. But this skinny classic is so much fun. I love this planner. You can still make this one an on the go with you. Really, they can all be on the go with you if you just believe in your bag. Then, of course, we have the classic, which still seems to be the favorite, at least. I know it's my favorite, and in my opinion, what I see, a lot of people tend to go for the classic. This one, of course, is the Good Habits layout, so it's not going to look quite like the vertical and horizontal layout of the classic, but it's still a good full size, perfect for your desktop, tabletop, things like that. When you do have lots of appointments or you want to do journaling or memory keeping, this size is great for that. And then, of course, we have the big. The big happy planner is amazing. It's a beauty. It's like in a league all of its own because there's so much space for decoration, for memory keeping. You can put add-ins and photos. There's space for photos in the layouts and you can write around it. If you have tons of appointments, lots of to-dos, or if you just love list making or memory keeping, anything like that, the big happy planner is perfect for that. And I personally adore the big happy planner. Now, as far as layouts go for the Happy Planner, I'm really impressed to always see different styles, different options and choices with the Happy Planner. And going into 2021, I'm very excited for new layouts for myself, such as this Good Habits layout like I showed a peek of earlier. This is totally a new and unique and different layout, specifically toward good habits and wellness and goal tracking and things like that. So this one is really awesome if that's something specific you are looking for. I'm also really excited to be trying the lined vertical layout for 2021 in a classic happy planner. This one is awesome, especially if you're someone like me who cannot, to save my life, I cannot write in a straight line. So this is going to be perfect for that. I'm really looking forward to using this one. Also, we have a horizontal layout. This one is an undated horizontal in the Disney Princess. This layout in particular, I personally love for journaling, but there are so many great ideas out there for lots of different ways to use this as your regular planner. Then we have the dashboard layout. I know that some people are intimidated by this one, but I think it's amazing. I love the tasks and the checklists on this side, and then the spot over here to write your appointments and notes and things like that. I really love the dashboard layout. They also have things like guided happy journals, gratitude journals, recovery journals, so many different things to choose from. The color block layout, that good old classic just vertical layout. They also have, you can customize your own planner on there as well. And now they have custom personalized Disney covers where you could get your own name or whatever little quote you want on the front of the planner. So many options, so many choices. So now I really want to get into talking to you guys about ways to use your happy planner if you don't necessarily have a lot of plans, or if you're just looking for something different to do in the new year. First, I am going to start with one thing that I personally will be doing in 2021 with one of my happy planners. Now, you guys may have seen this when I showed my 2021 happy planner lineup in a recent video, but I'll go over it again. And some people had additional questions over on my Instagram, so I will answer those for you guys. So in the new year, I am going to be using this Yay Seasons Happy Planner. This one is adorable. It's seasonal. It has illustrations, really super cute. I just love it. And so I had the idea when I ordered this Happy Planner to create what I'm calling a time capsule planner. So I'm sure some of you guys have seen the currently pages that lots of happy planners love to decorate, do plan with me videos on, things like that. I'm taking that idea just a little bit further, and I am creating a time capsule planner for our whole entire family. So what I'm going to do is use this layout for currentlies for our entire family. And I may stick to each day, or I may just kind of write all across the page and decorate it with that. But what I mean by currently is I am going to document the things that our family is currently loving, enjoying, doing. Things like the books that we are reading together, the foods that we are enjoying, if we try something new. Come spring and summertime, the adventures we are taking, our hiking, our road trips, things like that. And I'm going to document our current favorites each week, each month for the whole year. I may include photos and lots of fun stickers, tip-ins, things like that, but this planner will act as a time capsule for our year of 2021. And we will be able to look back on this and see all of the things that were our current favorites for each month for the whole year. I'm really excited about this because now that our kiddos are a little bit older, they are getting into things and having interests that are uniquely their own, like musical instruments and building things, their own custom marble runs, books that they like to read, TV series that they like to watch, things that they like to research on YouTube, science experiments and things like that, all of those things. And it's unique interests to each of them. And I'm really looking forward to documenting those things and seeing what their favorites were and what they were interested in, the things that we did together as a family, stuff that brought us together, got us out of the house, all those things. So I'm really, really looking forward to using this happy planner for that. Another way that you could use this planner, if maybe you don't have kiddos, or if your kiddos are no longer at home, they're grown and out on their own, another way that you could use a planner like this if you don't have a ton of plans, or if you just want to do something unique and different, you could do a time capsule of the movies and TV shows that you watched throughout the year, or the books that you read. And instead of just writing down the title of the book that you read, you could document like a whole review or give a little summary on that book and why you liked it, why you didn't like it, and that could act as your own time capsule to look back on. Another way that you could use this particular layout, or even the horizontal layout, or really any planner, but these ones I find particularly good for writing in if you want to document things. But another idea that I had for these planners is a year of trying new things. So that could be food and recipes, or an activity, a hobby, crafting, anything like that, but trying new things for a whole year, maybe one new thing a week, one new thing a month, and then documenting what that thing was, what your experience was with it, what you had to do if you learned something new, how it changed you or helped you grow, or how it had no effect on you whatsoever. And you found out that it wasn't just something that you enjoyed, and now you know and you don't have to wonder. So I think that's a really good idea as well, and that's something that I'm maybe going to give a try as well, is trying new things for the whole year. Also, with the trying new things for a year, if you wanted to narrow that down, maybe you could do food for a year planner, and you could document all the foods that you tried. Not necessarily a recipe planner, but you could write down the new foods that you tried, the ingredients that went into it, how you felt about it, what your experience was cooking it or going out and trying it, what your favorites were, what you didn't like, and then at the end of the year, you could have a whole food diary basically, and maybe you've gotten some new favorites out of it, or maybe you learned to cook something new, or maybe you learned to cook. So that's another idea for a planner when you don't really have plans. Also, just to be clear, I personally am saying this as someone who doesn't have a ton of plans. So, this is in no way meant to be like, you don't have plans, but I do. So, here's what you should do. I totally do not have very many plans. I mean, I have a lot to do, but it all kind of takes place at home since I work from home and I'm a homeschool mama. So, I'm in the same boat. If you're here because you don't have a ton of plans, don't feel bad. I don't either. And you know what? I'm okay with that. It's totally cool to not have a completely busy, jam packed life. Okay, so here is another thing that I am going to be doing for 2021. This is one of my planners that is in my 2021 planner lineup, and that is just the classic vertical. Most of you are probably already very familiar with what people call the catch-all planner, and that is what I'm going to be using this one for. But something that I do that's maybe a little bit different, not, I mean, quite a few people do it. It's not totally different and unique, but I do a catch-all planner with my checklists and appointments in addition to journaling or making a little bit of a note or documenting something from our day. As someone who's very fortunate to be a homeschool mama, I really love just writing down the little new things that happen or something funny that my kiddos said, just something that happened in our day to document. It doesn't have to be a huge moment, just a little something. And it's fun to look back on that. It's fun to have a memory page that isn't necessarily meant to be a memory page, but just, oh, here, look, we went grocery shopping and then this happened and that happened, and just to see what your habits were, because we all change and grow and evolve, and our habits are going to be different when we're looking back on them. So that's what I like to do in my classic vertical catch-all planner. Have notes and lists and to-do lists and things like that, in addition to journaling a little bit about what happened during the day. Another planner that is going to be in my 2021 planner lineup is the Good Habits planner that I have already shown, but I really love that there is a distinction between fitness and wellness and good habits when it comes to happy planner options. So I personally am a person who just likes to exercise. I work out, it makes me feel good, it unfogs my brain, but it kind of adds to my stress if I plan my fitness. I feel like I'm less likely to do it if I sit down and plan it out. So when it comes to working out or getting out of the house or exercising, things like that, I just like to go ahead and do it instead of planning it. That's not to say that fitness planning is not great for everybody. There are some people who thrive on fitness planning, and that is awesome. But for me personally, I love a wellness planner. I love tracking wellness, meditation, good habits that improve my day-to-day life that's not necessarily a workout regimen. So I'm going to be using this planner for wellness and good habits, and I'm really excited about that. I love that it gives you a spot to journal and to write how you're doing with your progress, if you crushed it, if it needs work, where you can focus on, things like that. I'm all about goals and productivity. I'm sure if you guys are familiar with my channel at all, you know how I feel about those productivity pages and goals, and I'm really excited that there is now a planner to have that all in one place. As much as I love those extension pack pages, I'm really stoked to have a full planner with all of that held together. And this layout really can be used for anything that you want to be productive on. For example, I'm a writer and I do that kind of separately from the rest of my planning and my social media and things like that. But I love to keep track of my productivity for writing, and it also helps me focus on what time of day I am more organized and able to get things done, and what happened during the month or the week that was disruptive to me or productive to me. So, if you have a goal for 2021, something that you really want to focus on and spend time on, planning that out is definitely going to help your productivity. So, the way that I plan goals and productivity is I list out the big goals and then I make the steps to get there smaller and smaller, and I move all the way down and I get to my big goals by baby steps. For example, in my case, writing and publishing a book, I have to set aside the time in my day. I have to write those words. I have to start with a sentence and a paragraph and a chapter. Of course, I don't document every single tedious little thing, but in order to get to the big goal, we have to take the smaller steps to get there. So planning those out is definitely going to help you with productivity and to reach your goal. But certainly for a wellness and good habits planner, you could plan things like your health or your prescriptions. If you have food allergies or sensitivities, you could document and diary things that worked well for you eating, things that didn't sit well with you, all those things. You don't necessarily have to plan fitness to use a wellness planner. There are so many options. You could even do sleep tracking and things like that to see what's affecting you mentally, physically, emotionally, anything like that. The Happy Planner also has journals, guided journals that would help with things like that as well. If you don't necessarily want to use a planner, you could do a journal instead. Okay, so the last planner that's going to be in my 2021 lineup that I am really excited for and will be using it for something a little bit different is the dashboard layout. So, of course, I am on Instagram and I have a YouTube channel, so I am going to be using the dashboard layout in part for social media planning. I'm going to kind of have this planner act as a work planner, but my work is a little bit untraditional and I am a housewife and I have a home to keep up. So I'm going to kind of separate this planner. I'm going to do social media planning on this portion of the layout, and then life, home, upkeep, organize, work on this portion of the layout. So for this portion of the layout, I have an idea that I want to try that isn't new. I believe Mary Ellen from Planning with Bumble and Christine from Twinkle Plans Her Day has done something similar to this in the past, where they used their monthly look for organization and cleaning. Maybe you could do it for like just 1 month at a time or the whole year at a time, but I'm going to try to do it for a whole year at a time and choose a section of my house and life to upkeep and organize or change if it's not working out. So like I said, I am a homeschool mama and our kiddos are getting a little bit older now, so there are things around our home that are no longer necessary and they need to be decluttered. So younger kiddo toys, there are items in our classroom that no longer apply to the things that we're learning, so those things need to be taken out. My husband is working from home quite a bit, so we have to kind of change things up a little bit to make a home office that's effective for him. So this side of the planner is going to organize and keep track of my life and the things that I am working on to make sure our home is running smoothly. And this section is going to make sure that I am working well on my social media, my posts, my Happy Planner projects for being on the squad, my channel interactions, my website, all those good things will be on this side. So this is kind of like a life planner. But again, you don't necessarily have to have a ton of plans to be able to use this and make it work for you. You could have the whole entire planner be a home and life organization, and you could choose to focus on one area of your life or one area of your home and work on that and organize that for each week. And then last, but certainly not least, the planning that I will be prioritizing in 2021 is gratitude. So, of course, we call it gratitude planning, but it's more like journaling. But I say get it however you can. It's so important, especially coming out of 2020. 2020 was really difficult for so many of us and for so many different reasons. But it's going to be wonderful to be able to look back and see, okay, there were good days, there were good times, there were good moments. There's so much to be grateful for and thankful for, even in the hard days, even in the storms we walk through. So I really highly recommend that whether it's a planner or a journal or a happy notes, that for 2021, use a gratitude planner and write down just the little things that were good throughout your day, things that made you smile, things that brought you joy. And when you get to look back on that, whether you do it at the end of the month or at the end of the year, you will look back on that and see that it really was amazing, that wonderful things happened, that there is always, always, always something to be grateful for. Okay, you guys, so that is a look at the planners that I will be using for 2021. Of course, this is just kind of a quick glance at what the Happy Planner has to offer. There are so many more options and layouts and choices and styles. They have an incredible fade line, budgeting, teacher planners, all kinds of great things. And today they have launched their winter release and they will be restocking 2021 planners. So I will have a link down in the description for you guys to take a look at that and see all those incredible choices. It is an affiliate link, so if you do decide to use my link, I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out at no additional cost to you. Also, if you have any different, unique ideas for ways to use a planner when you don't necessarily have a ton of plans, be sure to leave those in the comments. I know I would, and I'm sure some other people would love to hear what those are as well. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. That's going to be it for this planner video, so tell your dog I said hi. Bye, guys.